Hey guys, what's up? My name's Zane and welcome to my loot from 10 Hours of Barrows. So this one I did a bit differently from other 10 hour loot videos. I decided to test 4 separate methods to see which was the best, because whenever I go to Barrows I see lots of people using lots and lots of different methods. To keep things as fair and even as I could, I'd use the same ranged weapon. I did the exact same technique for everyone, I banked in the same place, I used the same supplies, etc. But the main difference was the magic weapon that I used for killing the brothers. Now the 4 different things I used was a black salamander with Haralander tar, a slayer staff with magic dart, Iban's staff, and a trident of the seas. Basically, I used each method for exactly 2.5 hours and meticulously recorded all of the loot I got, the amount of chests I did in that time, and also the amount of supplies each method uses. So with all that said, let's get straight into the stats and the loot. So starting things off, we have the black salamanders, and on the left side of the screen is the total supplies we used that came out to about 338k, and on the right side of the screen is the total loot that we got from 26 chests in total, which came out to 1,775k. Our net profit from these 26 chests was 1,437k. Next up is the results of our experiment with the Iban staff. Now, the supplies cost twice as much for this one, which was interesting, but we did get a lot more loot. So in total our supplies cost 637k, and our total loot was 3,189k, which left us with a net profit for the 2.5 hours of 2,552k. Next up, we spent 2.5 hours using magic dart, which was by far my least favourite of the methods we used. Now you'll note in the supply cost for this one it only says 327k. That's because the casts are very difficult to accurately predict with this one. I know I used roughly about 1,300 across the 2.5 hours, but I couldn't get a precise reading of that. So what I did instead to ensure an accurate reading is actually deduct the cost of the casts from the total loot on the right hand side instead. In total we got as loot 2,353k, which you'll note has significantly less death and mind runes in it than the other ones because of what I just said. So our net profit for magic dart was 2,026k. Finally, we spent 2.5 hours doing my favourite method of the 4, which was the Trident of the Seas, but this was also by far the most expensive method of the 4 as well. So in total our supply cost came out to 868k, our total loot came out to 3,085k, and our net profit for this was 2,216k. And in total we got 29 chests, which makes this the fastest method of the 4 tested by 1 chest, with the Iban staff coming in second. And finally on the screen is the total supply cost and the total loot that we got from 10 hours of Barrows using all 4 different methods. It's important to note for the supplies that I did in fact add in the 1,300 magic dart cast, which is only a rough guess of how many casts I used, but I think it's fairly accurate. So in total our supply cost was 2,488k, our total loot was 10,135k, which leaves us with a net profit across the 10 hours of 7,647k. So with all that covered, let's get into the even more specific stats and numbers for each method and overall as well. So because there's so much to go through with this, I'm not going to narrate it all. All I'll do is play it out on the screen and you can pause for any stats that you're specifically interested in. Whew, there was so much to go through. Anyway though, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it informative and or useful. If you did, feel free to leave me a comment down below, and if you have any requests for any future videos, then feel free to drop that in the comment section as well. And I'll see you next time.